North is really engaged right now in contextualizing curriculum.
Contextualized learning is proven to be results-oriented for student success.
For students who are going into these fields, we're catching them at the beginning of that journey. It really helps boost their confidence and their interest in their field.
It makes concepts that might be abstract for students, particularly in math and science. It makes them real for students, so it connects them with a concept within the healthcare field. For example, in a chemistry class, instead of using a beaker, they might use an IV bag. The math and chemistry and science courses are required for healthcare fields, and they're huge stumbling blocks for a lot of students. So when you embed a concept that's related to healthcare within the context of the curriculum, it makes it much more understandable for students, and so the success rate is higher.
We're going to get more students through those prerequisites to the point where they can actually apply for entry, rather than having them wash out before they even get to that point. You're more likely to actually be successful in that prerequisite class if you can see the context.
There's a huge demand in the greater community for well-trained individuals in the health sciences, but there's a lot of courses, be it your chemistry courses, be it your biology courses, that can be very theoretical.
I've had that experience. I've been in classes, they weren't chemistry classes, they were math classes, but I was like, what is the point of this? And so it really addresses that. The more we can say, here's this thing you're learning, here's why, we see less memorization, we see far more engagement in the classroom, and students just try harder to learn the material. The second there's a reason why they should know it. Chemistry 121 is the perfect class to contextualize it. It's almost necessary. We actually have a pretty contextualized textbook already for it, but I take a survey of my students at the beginning of every quarter, and usually 80% of them, maybe more, are going into either nursing or they're trying to be physical or occupational therapists. They're doing something in the health field. By creating context, it really helps to have even their prereq class contextualized for their goal. Students really like this. Students like this a lot.
You know, when I was taking all those prerequisite classes, there are a lot of things that applied to nursing. Personally, kind of helped me to look forward into the nursing program.
Allied health field is competitive, and things like nursing school are extremely competitive. I have a few students who want to improve their grade and retake the class, and they will not take it with anyone else because they want it contextualized. The amount of feedback I got after the quarter was tremendous, better feedback than I've ever received, ever out of a course. As a chemistry instructor, I don't know what it's actually like to be a nurse or a PA, OT. I have no real idea. And so I had to go out and start talking about my class to people who were in the fields my students would be going into and try to find the common grounds. And so most of that prep work was really just having conversations with people who do something other than what I do. And that was a fascinating and really rewarding learning experience for me. And then I was able to take a lot of the things I learned and create lessons from that. I'm an infinitely better instructor than I was before I contextualized my class. Knowing where they're heading and being able to teach to that means that I engage my students better, which means they actually leave my class now learning more chemistry, which means I'm just doing my job better. And it means I got to learn something really interesting as well. I learned my field better through this process. It was exciting.
I'm really excited that this is happening because it's going to help students achieve their goals, and that's what we're here for.